So of course they're making a new Tron movie. Yeah, no one asked for a third Tron movie. I don't even think people like the second one. Yeah, let's make a third movie, movie to a series that's sort of been left in the '90s and '80s. Hollywood, you don't have to bring back every single franchise that has ever existed. Tron is just like the original Terminator movies. They're really just trying to bring back Tron for every reason. Like Blade Runner, they also try to bring back Blade Runner, but Blade Runner was kind of a failure and a flop in the original theaters. But even then, Blade Runner 2049 didn't really do so well in the theaters as well. Despite that, Blade Runner 2049 has gained a large, massive cult following. Yeah, it's just so funny that with Blade Runner, it's kind of like the two Nichols meme. You know, two Blade Runner movies releases, and they find, hey, the first Blade Runner movie became a huge cult success, so maybe the general audiences will go see the second Blade Runner movie, but it happened twice because Blade Runner 2049 is constantly using memes and meme formats as well. Like, a lot of the clips from Blade Runner 2049, despite the movie not really doing too well in the theaters, a lot of the clips, a lot of, like, some of the me, a lot of memes now use that. There's a lot of memes from pictures of that movie. Like, Blade Runner 2049 may have lost money, but it's still relatively well received by fans. It's still relatively well received by critics, and also kind of like with the movie Dune, as well. It's still popular of a movie to this day. Unlike movies that had very little cultural impact on society, like Avatar 2. You don't see any memes about Avatar 2, okay, as well. But here is an empty feeder for Tron Ares. No way in hell is this going to make 15 million domestic. But again, the reason the same about Captain Marvel and Mufasa. Okay, Disney always somehow has the ways of making the movies make so much money. Either Disney's just pre-buying the tickets and no one's showing up. Those two, as well. Like, there's actually a conspiracy theory that Captain Marvel only did well because Disney spent hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure Captain Marvel did well in the theaters as well. Of course, I don't think Disney paid 1 billion in ticket sales of Captain Marvel. I do think there were some people who watched Captain Marvel, genuinely watched the movie in the theaters. But there's an empty theater for Tron Ares as well here. And yeah, we're seeing empty theaters all across the country. It seems that most people don't like this movie as well. It seems that the Disney curse is just continuing as well here. And yeah, 5 out of 10. It was a Jared Leto movie set in the Tron universe. Not terrible, not great. Good FX and music, dumb plot. And that's the review. As yeah, I love Tron Legacy. I'm skipping on this one, but people say it's okay. I'm more the sequel to Legacy, but yeah. I heard this movie is just your typical Disney swap. Like, it's the typical garbage Disney puts out. Just like with the most undeserving movie to make $1 billion, Deadpool Wolverine. But that movie made so much money because of the nostalgia as well. Disney really used nostalgia to make that movie make $1 billion. I'm sorry, Deadpool Wolverine fans. That's just the truth about Deadpool Wolverine as well here. An empty theater for Tron Ares that no one went to go see. So Tron Ares is a flop. No one went to go see it. And just like a Snow White and Elio, which are Disney's biggest releases this year. No, actually, I forgot. Disney also released Real instead. But outside of that, all Disney's big movies have just underperformed massively as well. Okay, like, all of Disney's big movies just didn't really do too well. And, we're back to the 2023 era of Disney. But hey, Zootopia 2 is coming out next month. Maybe that will save Disney.